Welcome to the Local Business Internet Marketing University weekly Google ranking reports. We're excited that you're going to be using this feature. It's a very powerful feature for any local business to be able to track their rankings on Google. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to explain what this ranking report actually means. We're going to go into some of the features of it so you can get a good grasp on what you're looking at. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're just going to start with talking about the keywords. When you sign up with us, we take 5 keywords and we spin them more or less into about 4-6 different keywords. So this is an example report. So this company gave us the keyword HVAC. Okay, so we turned it into HVAC Nashville, Nashville TN, HVAC in Nashville, HVAC in Nashville TN, Nashville HVAC, and Nashville TN HVAC. So when you give us one keyword, we really turn it into 6. That way you can kind of see the overall ranking and get a good idea of the average ranking for that keyword, because your customers are going to be typing this in different ways, your keywords in different ways. Sometimes they'll add your city, sometimes they'll add your city at the beginning, sometimes they'll throw the city and the state on at the end. It kind of depends on what their searching behavior. Okay, so we really take your one keyword and we turn it into 6. As you can see, they also wanted to track heating and air, heating and cooling, air conditioning company, heating company. Okay, now the report is run every single Monday, so you can see every single Monday where your rankings are. Okay, so let's go down to this first column, and Google is right here, Google Maps is right here, and this is going to track your ranking for each one. We'll come to Google Maps in a second. Let's just talk Google. Okay, and there's 3 columns in the Google column, which is rank, last, and type. Rank is very straightforward. It's going to show you where you rank for this keyword on Google. Okay, for this particular keyword, they rank number 1. Then this one's number 1, number 2, number 1, number 1, and number 1. And the reason there are letters next to these rankings is it's actually in the map pack. Okay, so if we were to Google HVAC Nashville, okay, you can see that the ranking report is reporting that they rank number 1 in position A. So if we look, these are ads up here, so you ignore all of these. They do rank number 1, and this is technically position A, this is position B, and this is position C. Okay, and then it also says they rank 4th as well. So if we scroll down, sure enough, here they are right here at number 4. All right, and the report is going to list your rankings for each one. Now, you may ask, heating and air Nashville, why aren't there 2 rankings? Well, that's because they don't rank. You see that there's no letter next to it. They don't rank in the map pack for heating and air Nashville. They just rank down here in the website search results. So there isn't going to be a double ranking. There's just going to be one ranking. Okay. So the next column is last. What that means is this is where you rank currently. This is where you ranked last time. Okay, so as you can see, last time they ranked number 1. Last time they ranked number 1 here. Now they still currently rank number 1. Number 4, they still rank number 4, etc., etc., etc. These little symbols next to each number indicate a movement up, down, or no change. An orange little circle means the ranking has stayed the same, and you can actually hover over it and it'll tell you. Okay, and you can actually hover over each ranking and it'll give you some information on that as well. Here you can see that there's a down arrow. So what that means is that the ranking went down from the last time the report was ran, which was last Monday. So they were 4, now they're 5, therefore the down arrow. Okay, now you'll see an up arrow anytime you improve your ranking. Okay, last time they were 7, now they're 6, so their ranking has gone up. All right, so that's the second column. That's what last means. Third is type. Okay, so type just simply says either local or organic. These are the local search results right here, or you can call them the map pack, and these are what's called the organic or website search results. So anytime you see a ranking, it's going to have a label next to it. So for Nashville Heating and Air, we rank 17th. We can see that our ranking went down from last time where we were 15th, and it's an organic ranking. So that means it's down here in the website search results or the organic search results. All right. And then anytime, again, it says local. Let's take an example. Okay, Nashville, Tennessee, HVAC, they rank number 1 and 6. This number 1 ranking right here, we can see that it's a local ranking. This number 6 ranking, we can see it's organic ranking. And I hope that explains all of that. Let's move on to Google Maps. Google Maps is actually much less complicated. All right, so you can see that it's got your rank right here, which is the same explanation that we have over here. And then you can also see where it says last. All right, so and that's the same explanation we had over here for the regular Google search engine. So you can see that they rank number 1 in maps for these keywords, number 2, and you can see that anywhere there's an orange button, there's been no change. Here, it looks like they dropped. Sure enough, they were 7th, now they're 8th, and then you can continue on down the line, and you can see all of these. All right. Now the next feature I want to show you is this top feature right here, the header. All right, so let's start with this right here. You can see that it gives you a number of up, a number of down, no change, new, and lost. Okay, now what this means is it's going to track all of your keywords, and between you can see a summary up here, and you can see a date from January 11th to January 4th, or I'm sorry, January 4th to January 11th rather. What this means is that there were 10 keywords that improved their ranking. Okay, there were 15 keywords out of all these keywords that went down in their ranking. There were 30 that had no change, and then these two columns right here, new means we weren't ranking for a keyword. See how they're not ranking for these keywords? There's one keyword that we're actually now ranking for that we weren't in the first place. And now there's also one keyword that we're no longer ranking for that we were on January 4th. Okay, now this may be a little concerning to you, and you may come down here and say, oh my gosh, they don't rank at all for air conditioning company in Nashville. Just because there's no ranking here doesn't mean they don't rank. It just means that they don't rank in the top 50. Okay, they're not on the first 5 pages for these particular keywords if there is no rank, because this ranking report only tracks the first 50. So they most definitely, more than likely, rank for these keywords. They just don't rank in the top 50. Okay? Now let's look a little bit at this summary. You can actually choose different dates, and as long as the report has been running, and if you're just now running your report, you're not going to see a lot of options. You may not see any options, but the longer it goes on, you'll be able to compare to the different Mondays that the report was run. And you can also choose don't compare. You can click update, and it won't show you any comparison with last. All last will say is not available, and it'll just show you your ranking today. Or you can go back and compare it and click update, and then all of these numbers up here will change, and you can just see how your ranking has improved over time. All right. Then for all search engines, this kind of just shows you an even further breakdown. On Google, it shows you the same thing that all this showed you right here, just for Google, and then for Google Maps. Okay. Let's look at the last two options over here. You can look at this thing called a tracker chart. Okay, and you can track the results for different keywords over time. So let's just do heating and air Nashville. Okay. Right down here you can see the legend says Google in dark green, Google Maps in light green. Okay, and we can see all the way back from July 27th how our ranking has done. So it looks like on July 27th their Google Maps ranking was doing really well, and it stayed really well. And then around November 2nd it dropped to 8th. Around November, between November 16th and November 30th, they dropped to 9. Then they went back up to 8, where they've stayed the whole time. Now their website's a different story. Their website looks like it was doing really, really well, ranking around the 7th spot. Then it dropped down to the 12th, 13th, and then you can see the volatility it's had since then, going all the way down to the 22nd, and then hovering around 15th for the last couple of months. And you can do this comparison for any of your keywords. You can also scroll down here and you can see what the actual rankings were that are plotted on this graph. You can see them for each date in Google and Google Maps for the history of your reports. And again, if you just started doing your ranking reports, you're not going to see a lot of data here. You're only going to see data for each day that the report was run, and that may only be a couple of different entries for you. Last, we can go up here and we can actually look over 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then all time. All right. And the very final thing I want to show you is this aggregate ranking chart. I don't really put a lot of stock in this. I don't think the data is very helpful necessarily, and it's also kind of confusing, but you can look at it if you want. Basically what the aggregate ranking chart shows you is the amount of listings in yellow where you have a #1 ranking. So the further the width, the further apart, the more you have. Okay. The dark green is the amount of listings you have between ranking spots 2 and 5. Then the dark green, or this, whatever color green this is between 6 to 10. And then this is positions 11 through 20, the dark blue. The little bit lighter blue is 21 through 50, and then this scary little light gray, light blue section is the positions where you don't rank at all or you rank outside the top 50. Okay, and these are different dates, obviously, so you can see just by looking at this chart, we have a decent amount of rankings that are #1 rankings. We don't have a lot that are 2 through 5. We have a decent amount of positions between 6 and 10, but you can see the majority of our rankings fall between the 11 to 20 range. A few are 21 through 50, which is good. We don't want a lot 21 through 50, but then we've got a lot that are outside the 50 range. So you can really look anything from here down is not a very good ranking for us. But anything, and even in this dark blue, you don't want to be 11 through 20. You want to be 1 through 10. Okay, so you can see about 40% or so of our rankings are where they need to be. The other 60% and down from this line is that it's just not going as well as it should be. And luckily, this is not a client of Local Listing Ninja. This is just, and all that means is that they just have to get their ranking up a little bit and need to be working on some search engine optimization. All right, so that's it for this video on how to read your Local Business Internet Marketing University weekly Google ranking reports. If you have any questions, you can email us. Also, check out this section up here. It's liable to change, but right now we have a video that shows why this report may show you different rankings than when you check your rankings yourself. It's a very important video, and then also gives you an option to contact us if you need some search engine optimization help for your local business. Thanks for checking out the weekly Google ranking reports, and good luck with your local business ranking on Google.